So we've already had one go about mean absolute deviation, and I'm going to give you a second go on mean absolute deviation. Now, actually, this is my second video because in the middle of my first video, I noticed I made a mathematical error, and I'll show you how I caught it. So when I have a set of data, I'm gonna look at the littlest and the biggest, and I know that my average is somewhere in between that. And so when I made my first video, I ended up with an average of 73. Well, I can't have an average of 73 if my lowest data point is 74 and my highest is 90. So that's how I caught my mistake. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to add up all the numbers. And when I add up all the numbers, I'm adding 87 plus 75 plus 85 plus 77 plus 74 plus 82 plus 90 plus 88 plus 79 plus 81. The larger the data set, the more you could make errors just inputting them. That's what I did. I messed up a number. And so when I add these, they're 818. And I'm going to take the mean, which is another word for mean is average. So, or average. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is I have to know how many data sets I have, so I count them, and there's 10 data sets. So I'm doing 818 divided by 10, which is 81.8. And then I look at where 81.8 falls, and it does fall between 74 and 90, about halfway. That's not actually a direct correlation, but there is, it's a little larger than the lowest and a little smaller than the largest. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the difference. And so I'm going to put 81.8 here. And so then what you're going to do is you're going to take the difference. And so I have 87 and 75 and 85 and 77 and 74 and 82 and then 90 and 88 and 79 and 81. Somebody asked, is there a way to do this quicker? Nope, there's not. It is by hand and it takes a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 87 minus 81.8, and that's 5.2, and then 81.8 minus 75, and I get 6.8, and then I do 85 minus 81.8, and so it gives me the positive numbers. I'm doing largest minus smallest, 81.8 minus 77, and then that way I don't have to take the absolute value. And then I do 81.8 minus 74, and I get 7.8, and then 82 minus 81.8, and I get 0.2, and then 90 minus 81.8, and I get 8.2, and I do 88 minus 81.8, and I get 6.2, and I do 81.8 minus 79, and I get 2.8, and then I do 81.8 and I get 0.8. Okay, then what I do is I take the sum of my orange numbers. So my sum of my orange numbers is 5.2 plus 6.8 plus 3.2 plus 4.8 plus 7.8 plus 0.2 plus 8.2 plus 6.2 plus 2.8 plus 0.8, and I get 46. And then again I have to divide it by my count. So what I am looking for is a MAD of 4.6. And this is the 4.6. So is there an easier way to do this? No. Are there lots of ways that you can misinput things in the calculator? Absolutely. So be very careful. Add them up. So you add up your data, divide by the number of count, get your first mean, find your differences, and if you can go this, you can take the larger minus the mean or the mean minus the data. Either way, that'll give you all your positive values. Add them up again, divide by the number, that gives you your MAD. Thank you, and if you have any questions, please attend tutorials. Office hours.